Hey everyone, Austin Distel here with Rachel Pedersen. You might know her as the queen of social media. She has figured out how to work all of these different channels together into one. And Rachel, I just saw you just won the YouTube 100,000 subscribers platinum award, right?
We just got it. It's over on my shelf.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
so
crazy
exciting.
cool.
Hey guys, while we're here, I'm going to show you on the screen. Your chats are now live on the screen. Let us know where you're watching this from. Rachel, I forgot, where are you calling in from?
Ooh, I'm from Minnesota.
You're in Minnesota right now?
Yeah, always.
Is it?
Born and raised, and I think I'm a lifer here, to be honest.
Wow, that's awesome. Uh, that's so cool. And you have your husband, and is it three children?
My husband and my kids are 11, 7, and 3. And we're done. So we're a
Mm.
family of 5, which is fantastic. And we've got an awesome dog, which is a golden doodle. She's great.
Beautiful family. And I think that's just a testament here that I want everybody to remember is that when you're a busy mom that's running two companies simultaneously, while also trying to build awareness on all these social media channels that we have to pay attention to today, from creating your own emails and building your own blogging and email list to uh, TikToks, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There's in LinkedIn and Pinterest, there's just so much to do. And so you figure out with the right workflow and tools that we'll go over today, how to actually have time to still be a mother, still be a dedicated wife, have a life. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. I'm super excited
Yeah.
because I know this is going to bring a lot of clarity to people because we all get such mixed messages about creating content. But drop a yes in the chat real fast if you guys feel like we get so many mixed messages about creating content. It's exhausting. It gets you into a place where you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't be on every single platform. Everyone's telling me to create 100 pieces of content per day. Drop a yes in the
Mhm.
chat if that's something that you've experienced. So it looks like people are saying, oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, they've experienced it.
For sure. And so today we're going to talk about, like, on our last call, but which by the way is like one of the most popular trainings we've ever done. But on that call, we really focused just on building social media and scheduling that out. And the people loved it and they asked for an encore. So I'm really pumped that we could give the people what they want today.
I'm super excited. I'm ready whenever you are. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hop on in. So I'm going to stand in the background and man the chat. And if you guys have any questions and I see the same one coming up, I'm going to feature you on the screen and we'll go live and we'll answer it right here live. Secondly, I want you to use the chat because this chat could be really valuable for everybody else if you do hashtag nugget whenever Rachel drops some bombs. So if you find something really exciting, just really hits home with you, everybody do hashtag nugget in the comments. That way we can go back through later and read them. Also, there's a bonus for you. At the end of this training, I am going to choose 3 people who use the hashtag nugget, and you're going to get a Jarvis swag box. Okay, a Jarvis swag box, over $100 value here. We're going to randomly choose 3 people who provide value to the audience in the comments section. And let me just show you a few of the things that you'll get. I'm sure my audio doesn't sound that good this far away, but you're going to get a great Jarvis hoodie. You're going to get a cool t-shirt. You're going to get a great thermos here, and some cool stickers and other stuff like that too. So here's what you got to do. Provide value for your common friends here in the Jarvis community. Let's help each other out. Hashtag nugget. At the very end of this training, we'll go through and randomly choose 3 of you that provided value here today. All right?
I am like, I want a hashtag nugget because I want that box. That's amazing. So fun. So fun.
Heck yeah. All right, cool. Well, the training is yours, Rachel. Go ahead. And you want to share your screen, or you got, or we talking here today?
You know what? I'm going to do a hybrid between sharing my screen and drawing on this clipboard because we've got a lot to dive into today. So let's go for it. I'm going to start with sharing just my clipboard, which is kind of a fun way to learn. Okay, so the first thing that I want to ask every single one of you, and I know you guys are hashtagging nugget, but wait until it actually is a golden nugget. I promise there will be a ton, but just wait until there's actually a golden nugget. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you guys is when you go into the grocery store without a list and when you're hungry, what happens? Drop it in the chat. There's a reason that I'm sharing this because this is super, super, super important. It is not good, right? What happens? Do you leave with salt and vinegar chips? Do you leave with ice cream? You leave with tons of stuff, right? We overspend by more than you need. Bad news. Who here ends up with tons of random items in your fridge and in your pantry where you're like, this does not help me at all. I can't actually create meals with any of this. And things that you wouldn't normally buy. For example, candy corn suddenly looks like an absolute staple for your grocery shopping, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? The same thing is true with marketing and creating content for our brand. A lot of people do not ever have a clear intention, aka clarity about what the goal is before they start creating or before they dedicate time towards content creation. And it takes longer, they impulse create, nothing is actually strategic or moving the needle forward for your business. And not only that, but you start creating stuff that doesn't even make sense. Drop a yes in the chat if you guys know what I'm talking about. And I completely agree with Francesca, who says candy corn isn't a staple. I'm going to put candy corn as a staple. I love it. We can fight about that another time, anyone who doesn't appreciate it. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we are going to create clarity. Okay. This is super, super, super important. Okay. The reason that this is important is because without clarity, we are essentially going into the content creation mode and leaving with candy corn, ice cream, syrup, to quote Elf, right? We leave without actually doing anything that's amazing. Now, what this looks like in content creation oftentimes is we set aside time. Who here sets aside time where you're like, I got to market my business? And sometimes we have 20 minutes, sometimes we have a couple hours, sometimes it's Mondays that are set aside for that time. And you end up going to go do a little research. And before you know it, you have scrolled for hours and no content is created. And now you're more overwhelmed than ever before, right? Okay, so this is the first most important step. We need to create clarity. The first thing that I want you guys to do is recognize that you do not need to be on every single platform. This is super, super important. This goes against what a lot of people say in marketing. I don't really care. I'm not trying to be popular. I'm trying to help people actually make content that actually moves the needle forward for their business. So what I want you guys to recognize is you do not need to be active on every single platform. Anyone who says, well, it's just as easy to be on 5 platforms and just repurpose content from one platform to the next, that's like saying it's easier to have 5 kids than it is to have 1 kid. Can I get an amen in the chat? So the first thing I want you to do is pick somewhere between 1 and 3 platforms. For most people, you're going to do 1 or 2 max. This is super, super important. Who here is going to save time already from this? You do not need to be active on every single platform because having 5 kids, having 7 kids is not easier than having 1. The only time I recommend being on 2 or 3 is if you're already crushing it on 1 or 2. Cool? All right. So hopefully that gets some of your time and focus and clarity back. The second thing, and this is big, drop the word, we're going to use a word that I don't love, but drop the word busy if you are in a season of life that is particularly demanding on your time. I try not to say I'm busy because I just don't love the word, but sometimes there's not really a better word to explain certain seasons that are demanding of our time. Okay, some of you guys are in really, really, really busy seasons, right? Okay, so the next thing that I want to share with you is that you need your content platforms to work for you even when you're not working. Drop an amen in the chat once again if you're like, that's exactly what I need. Cool? So the second thing I look for when I'm choosing which platforms I'm going to focus on, did you catch that? Choosing which platforms I'm focusing on is that they have to be leveraged. Okay? Leverage is absolutely everything. And we've heard it said before, but oftentimes we don't hear it when it comes to social media. And I'm going to break this down a little more, even in just a second. But basically, when I'm creating content, I need that content to work for me, whether I am going to go get my hair done. You think this hair is naturally this light? I don't think so. Whether I'm going to go get my hair done, running 2 kids' activities, which we have 3 to 5 nights every single week. Sometimes we have double headers on Sundays. It's insane. Whatever it is that you have going on, we need our platforms to help us leverage our content, aka you want content that works for you even when you're not necessarily working. Now, that is not to say that we're going to sit back and eat bonbons all day, but rather what it means is that we want content that when we create it once, it performs for a while, right? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, that's exactly what I want. I need that. So it's for that reason that I do not recommend focusing on platforms where content disappears fast. For example, I love Twitter and I tweet all day, every day. That doesn't mean that I recommend every single person be on Twitter all day, every day. I just tweet every single thought that I have, but I'm not going to prioritize Twitter because the shelf life of a tweet is sometimes as little as minutes. The shelf life of an Instagram post is several hours to several days. The shelf life of a Clubhouse audio is it pretty much disappears the second that you finish. So who here is realizing, oh my gosh, no wonder I'm exhausted. I'm on a hamster wheel of content creation because I'm on platforms where the content disappears fast and the content doesn't actually work for me. Who here is getting, you guys are getting tons of nuggets, right? Hashtag it nugget real fast. I want to make sure you guys are getting value before we even go any further. This is all pre-frame. This is all clarity. Austin, are you having fun?
This is awesome. And look how engaged the audience is. Thank you for participating. And I think this is the biggest nugget I've heard from you so far is focus on the channels that have a long shelf life because you're building an asset and you're not just finding yourself on the treadwheel of death in content. So I hear you, and I can't wait to learn more from you.
Awesome. Let's keep on going. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you guys, and this is really important, in case you go and search through my social media channels and you're like, wait a second, Rachel, you're active on every single platform. Yeah, because it's like an athlete working out in the gym. It's literally my job to be active everywhere and know what's working currently, to know what strategies are working, know what tactics are working, and I am subject A. So you guys do not need to do it because I literally take all of the gold that I learned from every single platform, boil it down, extract it, and give it you gold elixir so that you don't have to be active.
Hey, y'all. It might just be me, but I see Rachel's frozen. Do you guys see Rachel frozen, or is it me that's frozen? All right. Let's see.
I look for, it says, looks like Austin might be dipping out. I think you guys can still see me. I'm frozen.
Hey, Rachel, you're back now. I can see you.
Okay, we'll try switching internet real fast, see if that works better. I think that should work. Okay, awesome. So number 3, and this is really, really big. We're going to put long-term, but also there's going to be one other thing that we're adding in here. And this is, I noticed where there is a certain advantage. Here's a big hint about advantages or looking for a platform that's going to continually reward you. They're going to continue to reward you over and over and over again. Am I frozen for everybody right now, or is there just a lag? No. I think you guys can still.
You're good now. It does
Okay.
go in and out. We
Oh,
might be overloading Restream. There's over 2,500 people that RSVP'd, and so that could be part of the problem here. But
well,
as of right now, I think we're good.
we'll just keep figuring it out. We'll just keep on going.
That's how we
The
do
good
it.
news. The good news is I will make sure that we do have this available elsewhere. And Austin has backups too. So let's just keep on going. So long term and advantage. There's a double star right here, right now. And this is why. Something happened over the last 2 years that completely disrupted every single social media platform. Until 2 years ago, every single social media platform knew what their 5 and 10 year plans were, right? They were like, we're going to create the metaverse and we're going to create crypto and we're going to become the community and all of these things. But about 2 years ago, in a big way, someone already guessed it, about 2 years ago, a platform came out, or rather, a platform went big that completely disrupted all of the plans of every single social media platform. That platform is TikTok. TikTok has surpassed 1 billion active users, with between 26 and 31% of their user base being over the age of 30. What else is really interesting, though, is with a singular move, they surpassed in 2 years from the time of like serious intention, they surpassed the overall watch time from YouTube. So what I'm not telling you here today, I am not telling you need to get on TikTok. Yes, TikTok is old, but their plan has been in place for the last 2 years where they really disrupted everything. What that means is that right now, every single platform, with the exception of TikTok, is a word that I once learned from Gary Vaynerchuk. Who's ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk? So Gary Vaynerchuk hosted like a private event, or rather he was speaking at a private event in Boise, Idaho, and he shared this one thing that was huge. By the way, I hope you guys were like, whoa, we're learning stuff about everything in marketing, because I'm having fun and nerding out here. So thanks for having great energy, you guys. So Gary shared something and he said, pay attention to the platforms that are desperate. Pay attention to the platforms that are desperate. And that was a really big thing for me, because I was like, I don't know what that looks like. And I don't know what that exactly means, but I'm going to pay attention for when I see it. And just 2 weeks ago, I had a call with YouTube. I have calls regularly with Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and that's about it right now. So just those major platforms. What happened that's really, really, really crazy is YouTube said a few things that I won't repeat here, but essentially every single platform, with the exception of TikTok, is extremely desperate right now to get back eyeballs in short form content. Got it? It's short form content. That means content that is less than 1 minute. Got it? Short form content is where everyone is desperate. A few of those platforms that we're really seeing are YouTube Shorts, IG Reels, Facebook just released Reels. I'm excited to play with that a little bit. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. We've been learning YouTube Shorts, so we cracked the code on it, which is really exciting. But all of this to say, oh my gosh, with this plan, I can pick the platforms that I want to be focused on. So for most of you, you're going to pick one platform that is leveraged long term and has that super advantage of the platform potentially being desperate. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do. Ready? So we've got 2 major phases that we have to get people to, and then, or from, and then to. You guys ready for this? This is a super, super abbreviated version of my marketing ecosystem. Type that in the chat if you're stoked about it. Marketing ecosystem. By the way, I didn't expect we'd go this deep today, but we've got a really awesome audience. Holy crap, you guys are so engaged and it's amazing. The more comments that you give, the more the more I want to show up even harder, okay? So let's keep on going. And that's mostly because I'm extroverted. Okay, so we have our video value on this side. And then we have the only asset that we own. You guys ready for this? The only asset that we truly own is our email list. So instead of trying to build out every single thing, and everyone sees everyone and their mother saying we have to be everywhere and do everything, which is enough to set all of us up for failure, me included, rather, you just need to pick 1 to 3 platforms. 1 if you're new, 2 if you're already crushing it on 1, 3 if you're already crushing it on 2. Who here's already sensing freedom coming? Because this is cutting through the noise and giving you clarity. Drop the yes in the chat. You got it. So you pick your 1 to 3 platforms to consistently show up on and give video value. Then you're going to use a powerful thing on any of these platforms, which is the link in bio. Got it? Link in bio is going to allow people to naturally find your resources so they can join your email list. A great way to do this is to have lead magnets, which can be PDFs. They can be video trainings. They can be templates, swipe files, tutorials, how-tos, hashtag banks. It could be sheets. It could be resources. Like anything you want can truly be a lead magnet. So in order to absolutely crush it with marketing, there's really only a couple of key things that you need. Are you guys having fun? I'm having so much fun, okay? So number 1 is content ideas for video value, right? You guys got it? Number 1, content ideas for video value. Number 2, lead magnets to build your list. And I'm about to show you guys how I do these because it's really fascinating. You guys ready? It's going to keep turning up. Is that cool? Is it cool if we keep turning up and getting more and more intense? But we start with clarity. Fun fact that not a lot of people know, I'm actually a really fantastic cook. I don't make as much time to cook as I would like. It's just not a priority in this season. But I'm actually a fantastic cook. Like I can make chicken wild rice soup from scratch. I can make mac and cheese with a roux and everything. So real cook. You've got to start with the basics. Always start with the basics. The truth is, you guys, the basics are everything. And I'm just going to go a little further here on a tangent. Is that cool if I go on tangents? Because I feel like there's a lot of gold in some of these tangents. So we just got the play button for 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is kind of mind-blowing. But are you guys ready for something wild? Most of my content is filmed on the webcam that's built into my computer. I actually started getting consistent filming all of my content on just my iPhone. It's not even an iPhone 13 or an iPhone X or whatever. The majority of my content is literally filmed on either my webcam or on my phone. So I want to point that out because sometimes people overcomplicate things when the truth is that button was only earned through super consistent action steps. It doesn't have to be the prettiest video. You don't have to have a beautiful studio. You don't have to have a super fancy filming team. Everything that I'm going to teach you guys today is going to support you with exactly this plan. Did you catch that? Everything I'm going to teach you is going to support you with implementing this plan. You do not need to go hire an entire agency. You do not need to have a graphic designer, at least at this point in time. Down the road, it's nice. But you do not need to go and hire crazy expensive copywriters. I love all of those people and I serve them and I work with them and I refer them. But the big thing that I want to share with you is that clarity is where you start. And when you start with clarity, everything else makes a whole lot more sense, okay? So we've got content ideas for value videos, right? This is 1. We've got the lead magnets, right? For building our email list, that's 2. And then you just need emails. Got it? We recommend weekly. People say, won't people unsubscribe if you send emails weekly? Is anyone here on my email list? I send out 3 to 5 emails per week. Per week. And we do get some unsubscribes, but you know what's actually kind of wild and cool about that? We don't get as many as you would think. But our email list is super powerful because I write those emails myself with support from the strategies that I'm teaching you today. So in case anyone tells you once a week is too much, Who here actually enjoys reading my emails because you're like, I can feel like Rachel actually wrote this. I can tell. It makes sense. You can actually build better relationships by showing up more in email. So weekly is a good place to start. All right. Anyone need to grab screenshots of this? I'll go ahead and smile in case you want to. If you do post it on your Instagram stories, feel free to tag me. There we go. All right, let's keep on going. So we're going to go deep into this. All right. I'm going to share my screen. I think I should be able to share my screen with you guys. I think
Yeah,
so.
sure can. I'll help you out here.
Beautiful. I've got a couple different things open. I think I should be able to do. I think we are all set.
There we go.
We've got the inception screen going on. That's always scary, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and dive on in. How to plan, create, and schedule all of your marketing content in 60 minutes or less. Who here already has clarity and you feel like, I know that this is going to be helpful for me because this already helped me to create so much clarity? Yes? Drop it in the chat. Okay, we're
Hey,
going to start.
Rachel, while we're doing this, could you zoom in a good bit? Because the recording is going to be easier to watch here with big text.
You've got it. Okay, can you guys see okay? Beautiful.
You're great now.
Content ideas. We start there because that is number one. Number two is lead magnets, right? And number three is emails. So we're going to go ahead and come up with several different things. For example, go ahead and share which platform you're going to focus on in the chat. If I were to pick a platform today and I was starting from scratch, I'm looking, I would either choose TikTok or IG Reels and YouTube. I would use TikTok or IG Reels because that's a short form, like short form content that gives you a burst. And YouTube is super leveraged. It's also searchable. But I would really, those would be the two platforms I would pick, either TikTok or IG and YouTube. Cool. So pick your platforms. Okay. So let's say I'm going to do TikTok and YouTube. Okay. We're going to go ahead and break this down. You guys cool with this? Who's loving this process? TikTok, we're going to shoot for, let's say, 1 video per day. And this is less than 60 seconds. Side note, I film all my TikToks on here. We're about to cross 1 million this week, which is kind of crazy. I don't share that to brag, but rather to validate the idea that what I'm teaching is very simple and a lot of great things are really built by very, very simple action steps. Anyone encouraged by that? Because I'm a pretty normal person. I'm just like a mom of 3 in Minnesota, and stuff has to be simple. It has to make sense for my life. I know you guys are the same way. So let's say on YouTube, I wanted to do 1 video per week. Real fast. I want you guys to drop the word gold if you've gotten gold already today, because we're going to take it really deep soon here. Okay. So we've got TikTok, 1 video per day. And by the way, there's one thing I want to clarify. I always do Monday through Friday. I don't create content on weekends unless I'm like really, really, really inspired for something. I take weekends off. I wish I had realized earlier on in my business that I could do that every single weekend. You can do that in the beginning unless you are trying to replace a 9 to 5. That's the only time where there's going to be a weird double up unless you want to just quit your 9 to 5 and figure it out as you go. Okay. So 1 video per week. This right here is a super realistic growth plan for social media. If you guys just want to use this growth plan, you can. If you want to just sub in IG Reels, you can. This right here is enough to generate leads, generate sales, generate traffic. It compounds over time, which is really exciting, okay? So for lead magnets, you really only need 1 lead magnet, but you'll never be sad if you have more. We need to come up with a title. We need to come up with an outline. And we need to come up with a call to action. Okay. Now let's actually go back up here one more time. We want topics and we want scripts. Cool. In case anyone's wondering, is this the real process that I actually go through with many of our clients? Why, yes, we do. It's a really fun process. It's just a lot more in depth. Most of my clients are 8 to 10 figure businesses. Many of you have heard of many of them, which is kind of cool and exciting. So the conversation's a little different when we're working with a marketing team of anywhere from 3 to 27 people. So the process is just a little more intense because we have more warm bodies who can support us with implementing. Okay. So we've got the topics, AKA pretty much the titles. We've got the scripts. And the lead magnet, we've got title, outline, CTA. And for emails, we need subject lines. We need the topic. And then we kind of just need the text. Okay, so quick question for you guys. Who here says, if we were able to break all of this down, I would be forever grateful for the rest of my life. This would be amazing. Who here says this feels semi-doable? I want to make sure I can see you guys. I want to see all the chat. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so this is exactly what I would do. Let's keep on going. Okay.
So yeah, you're always going to be like 30 seconds delayed. So all these chats are going to be responding here in just a second.
Perfect. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a website that is so underrated. And this site is Answer the Public. Got it? Answer the Public. Now you'll see here that literally everything that I do and talk about is in my search history here. Before you use answerthepublic.com, the website is answerthepublic.com. I use this to start always, okay? I would share the doc link, but we have been notoriously bad at actually breaking Google and making my Google account really mad, so I'm not going to share the doc. But check this out. You guys ready for this? What I want you to do is type in a keyword related to your specialty. Now, before you do this, you get 1 to 2 free searches every 24 to 48 hours. Cool. So don't waste it. And if there are multiple people on the same IP that are all searching, you will not be able to do it. So you may want to pay for 1 month, but that's not the point. The point is go find an IP where no one has searched. Cool. So you get 1 to 2 free searches every 24 to 48 hours. So I'm going to search for something first and foremost for, let's actually go simple. Let's go emails first. If I want to talk about marketing strategy, I can search for it in the United States in English. And what Answer the Public does is it basically compiles for you all of the top most Googled questions about the topic that you're searching for. Drop a wow in the chat or the exploding like brain emoji, right? Drop that in the chat if you're like, this is pretty cool. Okay. You also, so check this out. What is the most successful marketing strategy? What are the 4 marketing strategies? Is marketing strategy important? Can you execute a marketing strategy? What marketing strategy does Nike use? Who here just realized, oh my gosh, this right here gives me tons of ideas for emails. This is 56 questions that I can use. There are also prepositions. Prepositions. We've got marketing strategy for candle
Would you be
business.
able to zoom in just a little bit more?
What was that? Zoom in?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see on here, but yes. Marketing strategy to increase sales, marketing, how to define a marketing strategy. And then there's even more as you go down. Strategic alternatives in marketing, marketing strategy of Apple, marketing strategy of Starbucks. Like right here, you already have almost unlimited ideas. Look at this. Marketing strategy books, marketing strategy course, marketing strategy framework. Like all of these things you can turn into things. So you're going to search for your keywords related to what it is that you do or offer, whatever your expertise is, whatever your specialty is. And then you can hit download CSV and basically download all of it into one handy dandy little Excel spreadsheet. So check this out. We'll open it up. Who here is glad you're here today, by the way? Go ahead, do. And what I will do is I'll literally go through and pick a question and then turn that into an email topic for the day. So I might do a marketing strategy without money. That's a fantastic one. we're going to go ahead and put this into the topic. Space without formatting, marketing strategy without money. And I'm going to just refine that slightly. How to market your business for free. So now we already have the topic. You guys catch this? Gorgeous. Next up, we're going to go to lead magnet. We'll wait on title. I'm going to add one more thing here, which is the topic. And I'm going to use the same topic again, because here we could put a really juicy title that answers this question. Got it? The title's different than the topic here. Okay? Let's just say we want to use that topic across all platforms for, let's say, the next week or one day a week. Okay? Now we have a topic, and we're going to turn this into a juicy title. Okay? So check this out. Who here just realized that right now we just created a topic for TikTok, YouTube, your lead magnet, and your emails. Whoa, right? Let's keep on going. We're going to get even deeper. But can you guys see that literally you could have ideas for all of these questions? And this is just one search term that we did. We're going to use it because it's simple and it makes sense. Okay, you guys ready? We're going to go ahead and we're going to expand this. It is time to dive on into Jarvis. Quick question for you guys. Who here is excited? We're going to have some fun here. Okay, Austin, before we go any further, do you want to share all the links that we're using today so everyone knows kind of where it's all going to go?
Yeah, sure thing. So, if you guys are not already using Jarvis, let us know in the chat. Most of the time, these trainings are full of customers that are already using Jarvis. So we don't have to really do any selling here. If you're not already using Jarvis, Rachel is hooking you up with some freebies. And so if you go to jarvis.ai/Rachel. Let's see. Looks like it's a little slow on the screen. Go to jarvis.ai/Rachel, and you'll be getting a 10,000 free words added to your account, plus during a 5-day free trial. I recommend that you get started on boss mode, because what we're going to be showing you today is utilizing all of the amazing functionality that Jarvis can have. And so I just don't want you to be limited here. And yeah, it looks like we're maybe overloading the system. So it's not showing up on the screen, but if you just go to jarvis.ai/Rachel, you'll get all of this good stuff. Start your trial now, and we'll follow along.
All right, let's keep on going. Okay, so it is important. A lot of times people say, like, is boss mode really worth it? And I do have to say, I use every single one of these templates for different things. Not every single one of them. I use 70%, about probably 7 out of 10. I use all of them for different things, though. So we're going to go ahead and go on back to this, which is where we want to create the title of the TikTok, aka the hook. So let's go ahead and add that in. The hook is the first line of any of your videos. It's similar to a title. It's similar to a headline. It's similar to a lead, in case that's the kind of word that you use. Our goal is to create a hook that really brings people in. And one of my favorite ways is to play around with several different tools here. So I'm going to grab perfect headline. Now, this is my style of doing things. I like to open several of these, actually. I open several windows so I can compare. We'll just do 2 this time, but I'm going to go ahead and do perfect headline because I think that one's really fun. And then I'm going to do one more, and that is, sometimes I'll do things like ridiculous marketing ideas, or marketing angles can be really fascinating. Video topic ideas is a really good one. I'm going to go ahead and do marketing angles and perfect headline. So let's go ahead and put this here. And I know you might say, like, are you sure this is going to work? Yeah, you'll find the right one. So I always do 10. Please keep in mind if if you don't have the full unlimited, or rather the boss mode, don't do 10 because you'll fly through those words so fast. But I always do 10 because I am not patient. Is anyone else like me in that? I am not patient. We're going to just put generic things here to start. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this again. And I know Austin's probably like, Rachel, that is not the best way to use it. It's okay. It's okay. It's how I do it. So let's go
Also,
ahead.
could you zoom in again? Because it's getting kind of small here for everyone to
There we
see.
go. So I put the product description, how to market your business for free with marketing strategies. And marketing strategy is the product name because there's not technically a product name. Customer avatar is small business owner. Tone of voice, energetic. I like energetic. I like witty. I like bold. I like helpful. Those are my favorite tones of voice. One thing that's really interesting is we've tried using Rachel Pedersen tone of voice, and it's actually been pretty on point. But I still like to play around with different tones. So let's go ahead and grab this. Can you guys see okay now? Austin, can you see just fine?
Yeah, it looks good so far. Let me know in the chat if you can't see it.
Perfect. I'm going to go up to 10 outputs again because I'm not patient and I like to kind of look at a bunch at the same time. So we'll give it just a second because Jarvis is like, calm down, Rachel. Calm down. So, ready for this? Save money on marketing by using the 30 plus free marketing strategies in this guide. These are all really good. Do you guys see this? Drops your favorite emoji in the chat if you're like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Right here, there are so many hooks that you can use with just a little bit of tweaking. Like any one of these could be a fantastic beginning to a TikTok. Like I'm seeing so many that it's hard for me to even pick which one would be good. So I would do, here are tips and tricks on how to promote your company without spending $1. Guaranteed, you guys, this one would go viral. It's insane. So let's go ahead and actually turn this into its own little subsection here because this is absolute gold. Okay, so let's keep on going.
We're getting a few more requests to zoom in just a bit more if you're able to.
We'll see. There we go. Let's go ahead and I don't know if I can zoom in much more. I like to push the limits and have too many windows open. Here, let's try this. And then I think that that's as good as we can get there. Okay, marketing strategies. Learn how to market your business for free. This one right here is a gorgeous and juicy hook. Now, something you want to keep in mind, you guys, one of the big things that I do in one of our businesses is I help freelancers, including copywriters and including content writers, to secure clients. I want to be super clear about something. A lot of copywriters, content writers, social media managers have asked me, is this something you see replacing marketers as a whole? The answer is no. But what it can do is help freelancers, content creators, copywriters to all produce content more consistently, faster, without having to constantly rack their brain and end up exhausted. Because the truth is, you guys doing everything from scratch every single time, it'll burn you out really fast. So using Jarvis is a tool that supports you whether you're a business owner who can't yet afford a copywriter, or you're a copywriter who just doesn't want to end up so tired by the end of each day, or if you're a business owner who wants to hire a copywriter, you can support them with some ideas and stuff. So it's pretty powerful. Okay, let's check this out. These are so good. I would literally use every single one of these. 7 marketing strategies that will help you grow your business. Start using these secret market strategies today and get more clients. I mean, like as I'm doing this right now, these are so good. Every single one of these so far that I've been sharing is ready to rock and roll. These are gorgeous, juicy, powerful hooks. And I'm a pretty good copywriter. And I have to say, most of these would pretty instantly go viral. So who here's like, this is so fascinating because we can literally create the topics and then we can create the hooks. Okay, so we just created 5 hooks for one topic. Any one of these could really, really take off or even just be seen by 1,000 people who hadn't seen you before. Okay, so we can take this a step further with scripts in just a moment, but I want to go ahead and work on the titles of our YouTube videos. Real fast, drop the word gold if you've already gotten some gold today. Okay, so we're going to do something a little different for YouTube. Okay, so for YouTube, we're going to go ahead and instead of creating hooks, we're going to create titles. Now, one thing that's really interesting with YouTube is if something's worked before, they want to see you do more of it. So if a headline or a title has worked for someone else, what they basically want you to do is do something very similar because it already has a track record of performing. Did you catch that? That's very, very not special, but rather important to keep in mind with YouTube in particular. And I know blogging and SEO can have a similar, it's kind of the same system for everyone, which is really interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll on down. For YouTube, I like to use video titles because these are amazing. Amazing. How to market your business for free. We're going to do marketing and tone of voice. I'm going to put bold. I like to use like really fascinating ones. Let's go ahead and do 10 outputs. We'll give it a minute. I already know we're going to get the right ones from this. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. Just wait until they take this a little bit further. Okay. Oh, these are so good. Obviously, you don't want it to be all caps. Now, I type in all caps, but you wouldn't want it to be all caps necessarily. Wow, these are really, 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 really good. I would use this one. I would use this one. I would use this one. I would use this one with just less exclamation points. I would tweak this one and use it. I would use this one. I would use this one. These are
You know,
really good.
the tone of voice that you use, bold, might be leaning it towards other bold people who, when they write their YouTube descriptions and their captions, end up using a lot of exclamation points and all caps. And so this is really cool, is you can get very creative with Jarvis. And Jarvis understands all human language. So you could do even the voice of Jim Carrey, Joe Rogan, Tony Robbins. In fact, I was actually talking to Tony Robbins' son, and he was like, "This sounds just like my dad."
Wow, that's so cool. This is amazing. I'm just going to use this one here, 20 ways to market your business for free. If you didn't want to come up with 20, I would do like a top 6. Listicles tend to do really well on YouTube, generally speaking. Okay, so check this out, you guys. In just a couple of minutes, we already have the TikTok topics. We have multiple hooks you can use. We just don't have the scripts yet. We have our YouTube topic. We have our YouTube title. Let's grab a couple more simple things before I show you guys how to create scripts and actual copy. Who's having fun? I like to have fun. Let's go ahead and take a peek real fast. I will say I pulled this out too far. And so now it's like, Rachel, I need more space. Sorry. I don't normally use it zoomed in at like 500%, but let's go ahead and keep on going. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and get a title for the lead magnet. There are a lot of different things that we could do here, but I would probably tend to use something like top 6 marketing methods that actually work for businesses. And we're going to go ahead and there's a bunch of different ones you could use. I'm personally going to pick, I like marketing angles. I think it's really fun. Let's go ahead and let's just add this in and we'll generate and see what we come up with. My kids just got home from school. I can hear them outside the door. So let's go ahead and see what we get. All right. So these would make really great bullet points underneath the title. So we're going to go ahead and put, this is literally the bullet points you could use on your sales page. Okay, check this out. This is perfect. 3 bullet points. Who here's like, oh my gosh, because if you've ever built out bullet points before, you realize this is amazing. And the funny part is, isn't there a bullet point generator too in here? I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah, there sure is. And yeah, I think these marketing angles are great for coming up with new ideas. The AIDA framework is our most popular one, along with the PAS, because these are like proven, decade-long marketing frameworks that we've taught Jarvis. So it understands exactly how to be persuasive and sell to your emotions and not just your brain. That's what is the power of Jarvis, especially if you haven't had your coffee yet.
Yes, it especially helps before you've had your coffee. I love that. So I'm going to show you guys something in just a moment, but I want to make sure that we get the rest of these things. We just need to get the title, potentially the CTA/outline, and then the subject lines for the emails. Okay. So let's check this out. Oh, this is gorgeous. This right here is like be used as the copy. Many of these could be the copy on the sales page. I love these. I'm going to go back and do one more kind. Here's like, I'm seeing all the different ways that you could use that in your ad copy. You could use that in your lead magnet to intro what's in your lead magnet. I'm going to go ahead and do a title-based one right now. So let's go ahead and do perfect headline. Let's go ahead and do this one more time and see what kind of titles we could use for a lead magnet. Let's check it out. Here we go. You could use so many of these. I'm going to go ahead and use, we're going to use this one and just tweak it slightly. 23 tips for organic, which means free, business growth in 2021, or you could put 2022 if you want to prep for next year. Okay, let's do subject lines, and then we're going to get into scripts. Let me just check in. How are you guys doing? Who here's like, I am so glad I'm here today? A couple of you guys. Amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and grab subject lines. This is one of my favorite things to do using Jarvis. Now, quick question for you guys. Who here has ever opened one of my emails because the subject line was fantastic? And they range a lot from one word to wild to different. One thing I want you guys to know, I love to test things. I test things all the time. So coming up with new email subject lines is something that's really important in our business because we're always trying to beat our constants. Okay, so this is going to be 23 tips for organic business growth. We're going to try putting this here, and it may or may not work. Sometimes it does because see how I'm actually breaking some of the rules? Austin's probably like, Rachel, there's so many easier ways you could do this. I like to break rules and see what happens. So let's go ahead and test this out. Basically, check this out. I can grab the bullet points from the lead magnet and put it all in there. And then that's what the email is about. And now we can see what kind of subject lines Jarvis creates. Now, keep in mind, not every single thing created with Jarvis is going to be like, that's exactly what I want. But with a couple tweaks, it's usually pretty close. Okay. Whoa.
And let me tell you a little bit about these subject lines that you just created. So we train Jarvis with each one of these templates, a bunch of examples of really good of that topic. So this is subject lines. You know, we've already used PAS, we've already used AIDA, Facebook ad, headlines, all of that. So we fed Jarvis the top highest opened subject lines from 2020 and up until the beginning of this year about which ones got opened the most. Follow that pattern and apply it to what the user is trying to write about. And so it's following what it understands about the internet along with these what you've given it to come up with the perfect subject lines to grab your reader's attention to get them to open your email.
This is amazing. Let's see. So I'm going to add one more thing. Although I could probably just generate 10 more and get 10 more fantastic ones. These are so good. Oh, okay. Right here. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So I can tell when something's going to be good. Are you in need of marketing? That is such a good subject line. I can't even handle it. Who here is getting ideas as we're going? Who here is realizing this right here is going to give you more clarity and direction than some paid programs that you've paid for before? Anybody? This one I'm going to skip because that's my actual topic. Want to market your business for free. These are so good. Okay. I'm not surprised, but I love whenever I plug things in and see like an amazing result on any software. And it's so consistent with Jarvis. It always makes me happy. It's very satisfying. Okay, so check this out, guys. We have email subject lines. You guys see this? Who here is like, this created subject lines faster than anything? We have right here, what, 6 email subject lines? You're good now for the next 6 weeks. Did you catch that? Oh my gosh. We've got a lead magnet title, bullet points for your sales page. We even had created but didn't document a description of the lead magnet that you can use in the lead magnet, in your ad copy, on the landing page, the topic. Oh my goodness. So let's scroll back up. We've got topics, we've got hooks, we've got titles, etc. Who here is realizing, yep, this is pretty cool. So we're going to go do one more thing. You guys ready for this? We are going to create an entire script for a TikTok. And then I'm going to show you guys how to use this for lead magnets and emails. Basically, one is scripts and one is copy. Even though they're very similar, the truth is, as soon as you realize that scripts are just basically copy, it's a game changer. But I like PAS and I also like AIDA. I actually really like both. This one is personally my preference. And you guys can see I've been using this a lot. This one's personally my preference for TikToks. So let's go ahead and put I'm going to put the lead magnet title right here. And we're going to go ahead and put this. I'm going to put one more thing because I can just put the hook at the beginning. By the way, real fast, you guys ready for this? Cool if I give a little more value. It always goes, for the most part, hook, which is the first line, or the text that you put on the screen, whether or not it matches the words exactly that you're saying. So it goes hook, it goes value, and then it goes call to action. So I can plug the hook at the beginning of this if I want, or I can have the hook just be the text on the screen while I'm reading this AIDA script framework, okay? So let's go ahead and do bold. Okay, ready for this? It's generating. Who here is realizing this is a way to get way more marketing done a lot faster versus trying to rack your brain every single time? Okay, it's almost ready. Check it out. Okay, it's gorgeous. 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 These will all work. Did you guys catch that? You just got a script for a TikTok. This is fantastic. Okay, so we could use one of these if you wanted to, specifically for a TikTok, okay? Now you remove the attention, interest, desire. You remove those words when you're actually saying it, okay? So you can use this. Check it out. And then you would just change this to click the link in my bio. Or as I like to say oftentimes, click the link in my bio, okay? So this is pretty cool. All right. On YouTube, we take it one step further. I do something a little different, and I know that this is like really weird, but I like to actually use blog post outline to create my scripts for YouTube. So I'll start with the title. Okay, so you're looking for ways to market your business for free, right? Then I'm going to say, okay, if this is the topic that we're talking about, or this is the topic that we're talking about on YouTube, I want an outline to show me what 6 potential marketing methods are. Okay, so let's check out helpful. Let's generate it. You guys ready? So you can use this hook, you can use AIDA, you can use this post outline. Check this out. Gorgeous. Who here just realized, oh my gosh, this can be an entire potential script for an entire YouTube video. Of course, you're going to want to tweak this based on what you would actually do. And you're going to want to put either a hook or an attention grab, which would be the AIDA format, or a problem, which would be from the, what is it, the PAS? Yeah, PAS framework. And then, of course, the call to action. Is there a template for call to action? I don't remember. I don't think there is, right? Not yet. I think we can.
No, there's not, but often
one-
it's less to be creative and more for like your specific platform. Are you in
Yep,
an email? Are you on TikTok? Kind of different vocabulary there.
yep, that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to put the lead magnet here. And yes, we do market lead magnets as though they were full offers. So 23 tips for organic business. Who here is realizing you can use a lot of these frameworks or templates for a lot of different things? I always put 10 once again because I'm impatient, but usually the answer's in the first 3, which is kind of funny. Okay, so discover the secrets to success. That is a gorgeous CTA. Did you catch that? Click here or click the link in my bio. Got it? We've got an awesome CTA. A professional approach to organic business growth in 2022, a dynamic and influential guide. Okay, these are fantastic. So let's go ahead and put this in the CTA for the lead magnet. Okay, now we have 2 more things to create. Real fast, whose mind is already blown? Who here is like, this makes so much sense. When you start with clarity, it all makes so much sense. Yes, let's go ahead and scoot some of these things over because I need a little more space as we dive into the final 2 steps. Did you guys see this already though? We've got content topics, hooks, and scripts for TikTok specifically. We've got YouTube, the topic. We've got the titles. We can create a script in just moments, including a call to action. We've got a lead magnet title, the bullet points that you can use in your ads, on your landing page, whatever it is that wherever you want to put those. We've got the topic. We just need the outline. We've already got the CTA. Then we've got emails. We've got subject lines, tons of them. We've got the topic, and then we just need the actual text. So let's go ahead and create the text right here, right now. We're going to do this for both the lead magnet and or the email. Sometimes I like to actually create my lead magnets by writing them as emails first. So I also recognize that everybody's really busy, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Who's like, I would stay here all day if I could. I know Austin has a lot going on. So do I. So do you guys. But who here would stay here all day and hang out if you could, just to learn? We're going to go ahead and grab blog post outline, okay? And we're going to go ahead and use this to start this process of creating the lead magnet, okay? So let's go back to the lead magnet, 23 tips for organic business growth. I'm actually just going to do top 6 marketing methods and generate it several times until I get a really good list. So we always start with like, hey, first name, although you can skip that. If you've ever noticed I don't have that in my emails, you can start with something like, today I was thinking about the future of marketing. And the biggest thing I was thinking of was how to grow for free in 2022. You can start with that. It's always good. Okay. You can literally copy some of these and then tweak them to be in your own voice. Let's try that again. Come on, Rachel. You can copy and paste. Check this out. There's more in here. Some of these are different than some of these. So you can grab some of these and keep adding them and then say, okay, this one's a little different. I could expand on this one. Email marketing's a little different, although this is email list. So we'll go ahead and do video marketing. That's number 7. And then you can expand on any one of these. Blogging, that one's already on there. Content marketing is new, so we could go ahead and add that. Okay, so you just keep on going And anytime that you have something that you need to expand on, there's a content or a content, what is it? Content expander. So you can take a couple of lines or a couple of words and have the tool automatically expand it. So who here is realizing you
Should
can
we
write a
show them how
blog?
to do that?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I
Yeah, so
still have
let's spend the next like maybe 5 minutes here before we go into Q&A. I want to show everybody the power of boss mode and really like talk about why the whole company is shifting towards boss mode is the go-to plan. We're stacking the value there. I don't know if you saw, we just teamed up with Grammarly. And so now we're including Grammarly Basic in all boss mode plans. So if you go in to start from scratch, you can actually like use the document editor in there. And Rachel, copy and paste the beginning of that sentence that you were writing in your own tone of voice.
Here we go.
All right, throw that into the document. So what Boss Mode allows you to do is have these documents now that are kind of like Google Docs, right? But except Jarvis is on the inside of it. And if you press, if let's say, why don't we put the topic name in the title?
Okay, let's go ahead and do a description. Put that in the title. We can do that. There we go.
Yeah, so I want you to imagine you're writing out, this is your video script, this is your blog post. There's so many ways to do it, but this can be your working document. And since Jarvis is in here, and maybe you're trying to be a little bit more sophisticated and rank for those keywords that people are typing in using what was that tool that you mentioned earlier,
Into
Rachel?
the public.
Yes. So all of those things that people are talking about, you could put that into the keywords, and I think you put up to 3 in there. So what this is going to allow you to do is have Jarvis finish your sentences, which is really amazing because it's applying everything that's read from the 3 billion articles on the internet. So it's read all of that knowledge. Imagine this is your assistant and you're the boss, and you're telling Jarvis exactly what to do. So, Rachel, go ahead and press Command J. And where your cursor is right now, Jarvis is continuing your sentences. And what it's really doing, it's following patterns. So let's say that you're asking, Jarvis to write a blog post. It will, you say, hey, Jarvis, you can type that actually. Jarvis, write me let's say we're going in through one of our 6, this is like the 5 ways to build your marketing strategy. Is that the title?
6 ways. Is this right? Hey, Jarvis, right? 6 ways to.
Yeah, so we already had like that blog post outline. So we would just kind of put that in there, and then under each one of those in the outline, we then have Jarvis write a paragraph about that topic. So let's say it's a 6-part TikTok series. Hey, this week, every day, I'm going to share you one amazing way to grow your marketing. The very first one is using social media to advertise, as that top one just was.
So we could say the first one is, yes. I haven't used this version yet on this because I use the templates so much, which is kind of surprising. You're probably like, Rachel, what are you doing? Okay.
Yeah, so I want to show you, this is the real power, is at this moment right here. So it's writing a letter to somebody because we started off with, hey, Jarvis, comma. So it's following that template. But now,
Whoa.
exactly. So it's kind of following that pattern. Now, if we do Command Shift Enter, that is a command. So highlight the, hey, Jarvis, write me 6. That is when you're talking directly to Jarvis, right?
Yep.
Write me 6 ways to market your business for free. All right, do Command Shift Enter. All right, so what Jarvis is doing, it's listening for, you're talking to it directly now. This is surpassing all of our templates, and you're not going through our team. You're going directly to the AI and giving it commands like that is your assistant and you are the boss.
I'm about to like disappear for the next few hours because I haven't even used this strategy yet. And I'm like, this is going to go so fast. This is really cool. I love this.
What's brilliant is also on boss mode, you have unlimited words. Unlike on the starter plan, you have 20,000 words to start, and then you can always buy more if you're really using it a ton. But here, you don't have to worry at all. You can write as much content as you want, and that's what's the real power here. Also, on boss mode here in documents, it's not just reading that little excerpt that you gave it for context about your brand. It's actually reading the past 3,000 characters above your cursor every single time it writes. So you could write a whole lot about your company, your products, what they do, the topic, and that way it is more knowledgeable and having more context about your topic. That way, let's say you're getting a little bit more technical or you need to give it news that recently came out, you
Hmm.
can give it that context above your cursor, and then it'll write all of that below.
Oh, this is fantastic. Okay.
Pretty wild.
Yes. And so you can basically go section by section too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And add in each and every one of the tips. So let's go ahead and if I wanted to get rid of all of this and just say, let's start there, we could start with number one, right? Use social media to advertise your business and then go for it from there, right?
That's right.
There
So
we
when
go.
you click to Command J, it is following the pattern there and going to be looking back up. If you do Command Enter, then that is a command, like you're telling it a direction. So they're a little bit different use cases. And so this is the power of boss mode. You're really unlocking the full potential of artificial intelligence to write copy and content for you.
Oh, so cool.
Wild. Okay, so do you see that little icon at the top where it looks like there's a menu on the side?
Right
Yep,
here.
right in the middle. So there's an eyeball, and
Yep.
then you've now unlocked power mode. So
Whoa.
power mode has all of the templates here on the left. So just as you were now kind of having the document on the right-hand side of your screen and the templates on
Yep.
your left, well, look at that. We've now included it because we knew people like you, Rachel, had two tabs. They had their Google Docs on one side, and then they had the templates on the other. We built it into the app where now you have it here in one place and you can copy and paste it.
Oh my gosh. So, as I was saying earlier, you guys, this is so crazy cool. So, you can grab every single portion of anything that you want to create. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this, I haven't even used power mode yet. So, I'm glad we're having this
Mhm.
today because this is exactly what I do. So, this is perfect. Okay, check this out. For example, if I wanted to expand on, let's say this one here, I could go ahead and click on sentence expander. We're gonna put energetic again. I like to switch up the tones because I think that's kind of fun. And we can just go ahead and hit compose, right? Yep. Check it out, you guys. So much gold in there. And you can, of course, tweak anything as needed. So this is
Mhm.
how you can literally create. You can plan and create all of your content. Let me go ahead and stop my screen share for just a moment so we can answer any questions that are coming up. I know you said we had about 5 minutes. There we go. And then I
Cool.
personally, and then just to answer this, because a lot of times people ask me, like, what is it that you use to schedule? So I use
Mm.
my email software to schedule my emails. That's always big. That helps quite a bit. So you can plan them all out in advance and then schedule them to go out for the next 6 weeks if you want. I do like to oftentimes create them in real time though, unless I'm going to be traveling. And then for my content, I use two platforms to fully schedule. Not everything can be scheduled. Okay. So keep this in mind. You cannot schedule, let's say, for example, YouTube Shorts or IG Reels or Instagram carousels. IG stories are difficult to schedule. Those kind of real time short form content pieces are not able to be scheduled easily with anything. So I use a combination of Metricool and Later. So Later is for the majority of Instagram, though Metricool does have that availability as well. So I use Metricool for the rest of my content when we need to schedule. And then I use Active Campaign personally. Austin, what do you guys use? I use Active
Yeah.
Campaign for my emails.
Yeah, we've switched around over the years. And I'm personally finding I love ActiveCampaign the most. It's very versatile and it's also pretty user friendly.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. And how
So
do you spell Metricool? That company that you use to schedule.
it is METRICOOL. So like cool.
All right.
Cool. And those work really, really well. Yeah. And then that's what I use. It's
So
Metricool.
that's for scheduling which platforms?
You can use it for everything except for no one can technically schedule TikTok, but you can use it to schedule LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, but not the stuff that no other platform can schedule. I'm blanking on some. Google, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook groups, pretty much everything. Almost everything that can be scheduled through Metricool, which is why I'm a huge fan.
Heck yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. And if you guys didn't already, if you're already a customer, highly recommend upgrading to boss mode. And so you can go learn more about that at boss mode, jarvis.ai/boss mode. And if let's say you're already a customer and you're on the starter and you want to just give boss mode a shot, if you chat with us in the bottom right hand corner, we haven't publicly promoted this, but our team, we've decided that we're going to hook everybody up with a free trial of that, but we have to do it one by one. So if let's say you want to just tinker around, get your toes wet, see if boss mode's right for you, go ahead and chat with them inside the app and they will hook you up for free. All right. If you're not yet already a customer, then you can also start a free trial at jarvis.ai/Rachel, and you'll also get free bonus.
Amazing.
Cool, cool, cool. So
So
I
cool.
think it is time for our giveaway. What do you think, Rachel?
I think we should go for it. I selfishly want it too. I love swag more than anything. I really do. I swear
Heck
half of
yeah.
my wardrobe is free swag from conferences or things that I buy at airports when I'm sitting waiting for my airport to leave.
I love it. I gotta say, we spent a lot of money on this swag because we knew it had to be comfortable if you would wear it. And so, I wear mine all the time. I think is my favorite
Gorgeous.
hoodie. And so what we're looking for are people that have upgraded a boss mode, and you are also delivering value to your fellow peers. So, Rachel, in 5, 4, 3, I want you to count down. I have my cursor here on the screen. We're going to choose the next one to do Nugget now. Tell me 3, 2, 1.
I see Lexi.
Lexi. All right. I want you to shoot me an email, austin@jarvis.ai, and you're going to get one of these
Woo!
swag boxes here. Okay. All right. We got
Fantastic.
2 more to give away. Why don't you do another countdown? 3, 2, 1. Who do you see?
Daniela.
Daniela. Shoot me an
Daniela.
email. Austin@jarvis.ai, and I'll hook you up. All right.
One more.
Last round. Here we go. Who do you see?
Oh, it's going really fast now. Okay, I'm gonna close my
Yeah,
eyes and
on
keep
the
opening.
on the screen, it's not like catching up because I think there's so many. Like we're
Yes.
getting
Okay,
uh,
Sheila.
Sheila. Let's go. Okay, Sheila, you're getting a Jarvis swag box. You know where to email me. Oh, there they all come in. Austin@jarvis.ai. Thank you for participating live. We're continuing to do these every week with experts using Jarvis. If you got a lot of value out of this, please share it and tag Rachel because look, she's got a lot of value here to do today for free. And so you can just do this small favor by sharing this video for her and getting it out to more eyeballs. Congratulations on getting on YouTube. YouTube's plaque. What do you call that? The platinum plaque?
Play button.
The play button. That's so
Mhm.
cool.
It's so fun. It's really,
How
really
how
cool.
long have you been on that journey with YouTube?
6 years is when I started my YouTube, but what's really interesting is my serious growth started in fall of 2019. Before that, I wasn't consistent, like, at all.
Mhm.
I had hired agencies who had helped me, be consistent with no noticeable growth, and when I finally realized, like, "Wait a second, I can just follow my own process that I use for my clients," that's when we started growing super quickly, super consistently. You guys, I wish I could share this Google Doc, but over and over again, we have tried and we keep breaking Google because there's too
Mm.
many people. We break a lot of software. It happens quite a bit when we get tons of people here. So I wouldn't be able to share it with you guys right now. But of course, you can watch the replays, take screenshots, feel free to recreate it yourselves. Go for it.
Mm. Know what we can do is we created this thing called Jarvis Recipes. Do you know
Ooh.
about this, Rachel?
No, tell me.
Okay, so this is look at all the comments coming in now. It's crazy. We might be breaking restream. Okay, so recipes are a series, like an SOP, that you would give an assistant. Follow this direction and this direction and this direction, and you can save that into your account. I want you to also imagine ActiveCampaign has this, where you can save those automations.
Yep,
ClickFunnels has this, where you can share a funnel. Well, now we have recipes, and it's where you can share a
I love
series of commands that Jarvis will follow. And so I want you to I'll collaborate with you, and we can put your document that you just made into a recipe. And then if you have boss mode, you can save that right into your account. So once you get started with boss mode, that'll import into your account.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. I'm taking notes too because I'm like, let's do this ASAP. This is so fun.
All
Amazing.
right. Sorry, I'm
Amazing.
getting there we go. There we go. Um yeah, so we'll do that for you. Go ahead and get started through Rachel's link here, and I'll make sure that you get access to that recipe with the Google Doc, basically.
That's so cool. I love this. Oh my goodness.
Awesome. Well, Rachel,
Beautiful.
I love that you came on for an encore here. Thank you for providing so much value as always. And this replay will go up immediately on all the channels that it's connected to. So, for wherever you're watching from, you can watch this again.
Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Who
Yeah.
got some value today? Drop the word gold in the chat. I want to make sure that everyone is like, I learned at least one thing today because this was super fun. So fun. Amazing.
I love it. Hey, also, everybody join the conversation in the Facebook group, jarvis.ai/community. If you're not already in there, it's a wild place full of value. And I just love the supportive community in there. I think we're about to pass 50,000 subscribers here in the upcoming month, or members in that group. So just super cool to see. Everybody's so supportive. We're around the world now. So supporting 26 languages. You're at home. This is an inclusive community for everyone.
That's fantastic, especially because we're working on
Yeah.
some marketing content in Spanish, which I need a little extra assistance with, but I'm excited to use it. So thank you,
Hey, Rachel,
Austin.
where can they follow you? They're looking
Oh,
for you on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
I am on pretty much every single social media platform. If you search for at the Mrs. Pedersen, they're also all linked on my website. So if you go to rachelpedersen.com, it's Pedersen, all E's and a D in my last name. If you go to my website, all of my social media is linked there.
I love it. Awesome. Well, this was a pleasure having you on again, and I hope you're doing amazing. I love following your journey. I feel like on social media through your videos, just kind of understand exactly who you are and what you're about. You're so authentic. So
Oh,
keep it up.
thank you, Austin. It's always great connecting with you. And thank you for letting me serve some people today with some marketing gold because I know this is going to help create a lot of clarity for a ton of people.
Heck yeah, it has. Awesome. Well, see you on the inside. Thanks for joining us live.